Hi, this video is made for people that are looking to volunteer for the Ride for Roswell. Volunteers are really the backbone of the Ride for Roswell event every year. It couldn't be a success that it is today and continues to grow because of volunteers like yourself that take the time. So I just want to say thank you and just wanted to show you a video that's showing you how to volunteer on the website. So I'm on the homepage of rideforroswell.org. And what I'm going to go to is on the left-hand side, I'm going to go down towards Volunteer Home. I'm going to click on that and open up that page. When we're on this page here, the first thing I want you to do is I actually want you to right-click on Volunteer Job Overview. When you do that, I'm going to open link a new tab. I'll explain later on why I'm doing that, but I just want a separate tab with that open. So there's two different options. There's returning volunteer login or there's a new volunteer registration. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click New Volunteer Registration. I've taken the liberty of filling in some of the information. As you can see, there are stars here for the information that is required. I put in my name, Eric Testing. I changed my title. All of this is pretty self-explanatory. For contact information, that as well, you're going to need to provide an email address, emergency contact name, and phone number. Profile information, I put in my date, gender. Please list known medical conditions. Also, if you have an employer and organization involved with the ride and you want to mention that, you can put that here. And then if you have somebody that you'd like to work with or assign me with the following individuals, you can put that in there if there's somebody you'd like to work with. For skills, if you have a particular skill that you think might be useful, like your photography or maybe you have traffic control experience, you can mark those here. You can also leave blank if you'd like. Physical abilities / limitations. If you need a job that requires a wheelchair, you can mark that. If you feel okay standing for a long period of times, that might be a good job for somebody who's a route guide. Or if you need to sit down, you can mark that too. I'm going to mark here that I can lift heavy objects and stand. Then you can also provide your t-shirt information, your connection to the cause, which you can fill out. And then this section here gets a little harder to understand, so I want to spend a little more time on this. It says, please complete section 5A, 5B, or 5C. So what this is, 5A, if you work for a company or you're in a group of volunteers and they already are in the system with the Ride for Roswell, you can find them in here. So say like you're for FedEx and we get a lot of volunteers every year for FedEx, you would just mark that here. If this doesn't apply for you, I would just keep this selected as choose and skip this section. Now 5B for self-scheduling. What this is, you can pick a preferred place. This can be kind of confusing just looking at this information here. And if you can remember, I had you open that separate tab. The reason I did that is if you're looking at this and it says like North Campus Zone 1 check-in, I'm going to go to this other tab that we have open, which is the Volunteer Job Overview. And as you go down here, this is going to kind of explain all the different jobs and what it is. And like right here, you can see UB Zone 1 check-in. And this kind of explains what that is. So I just wanted to kind of make point of this. And the reason I have it in a separate tab, and I'm going to go back now to the registration, is that once you're in registration, you can't go into a new tab. So the only other way you could do that is if you went on here, you could also open, if you right-click Volunteer Job Overview again, open link in new tab. Just to let you know, if you go back and then try to come to this, it's going to delete all your information, so don't do that. So if there's anything in here that looks interesting to you or you're familiar, you did this last year, you can choose that. If you're new, and that probably seems very confusing, what I would recommend then is 5C. So you can be assigned where you're needed the most. So you can click Assign Me to Where I'm Needed the Most. You can put in your availability. Let's say you're available for Saturday at 6 a.m. until, we'll say, 12 p.m. You can put that in. If you're available for multiple days, please feel free to put that in too. We can definitely use the help for all 3 days. All right, now you can create a password. And then your volunteer agreement, you can read this on your own. I won't read that to you because I like you. And then click I agree. And I'm going to click continue. Now we want to go to Volunteer Home. It's on the left-hand side here. So we just did a new volunteer registration. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Returning Volunteer Login. So now our information is saved into the system, and I'm going to put in the information that I just created and log in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to click on Choose Jobs because we've already did step 1 where we updated the profile. So I'm gonna click on choose job. So we're here on the choose jobs tab. Now, if you remember on the last screen, we chose to the option 5C to have somebody from the ride contact us and place us in a position. If you do that, when you look at this calendar, it's going to be blank just like this. Don't worry, that just means that somebody from the ride office is going to reach out to you to put you in a position. Now, if you had picked positions that you were interested in, then there's the possibility that there might actually be some openings that you'll see, like probably on the 21st, 22nd, or even the 20th. That would open up and you could select from different positions available. But those will only be there if there's positions available. Otherwise, again, somebody will reach out to you from the ride. But if you can go to this screen and see available positions opening and one of them looks interesting to you, you can select that position and then finish up getting signed up for the Ride for Roswell. Otherwise, expect a call from somebody from the ride and then they'll place you. So good luck, and thanks again so much for volunteering for the Ride for Roswell. We couldn't do it without you. Thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you at the ride.